You are learning how to master money, not be a slave to it. And in the beginning, any small victory, any small victory is what you feel like you need to keep pressing forward. And some of you, unfortunately, want to do that prematurely with trades. I just need that little affirmation, that little nudge. This is going to work for me. I know he said don't push a button. I know he said don't trade, but I have to. Michael, if you could just feel what it feels like to be inside this skin of mine. I got to wake up every day and do this dumb shit and make no money. I'm in a country that doesn't make any fucking money, and I'm in an impoverished nation. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother. You know, I can't get a job with my college degree. I dropped out of college. I couldn't afford it. My mom and dad don't do this for me. Look, listen. All that stuff may be true. I had everything stacked against me. Everything. I had no pedigree that had money before me. I had no advantages where people could help me get into certain things, fall into certain, perfect scenarios for jobs. I didn't have any of those advantages. I didn't have this, where somebody's whipping my ass into shape when I'm doing stupid shit. Get me back on the rails. Keep me focused. Let me tell you something. My feelings would not have been fucking hurt because this is exactly how my grandfather talked to me. And I miss it. I wish I could hear that Navy man whip my ass and get your head in the fucking game. Focus on this. What are you looking at that shit for? This is what you're supposed to be focusing on right now. Yes, sir. I didn't have that when he passed away. He didn't see me do this. You have someone in me that proves that we can do this consistently. I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm giving you a mindset, a way of thinking about it, how to conquer your demons, wrestle with them, pin them, beat their fucking ass. But you have to show up and do everything I tell you to do. And everything I tell you not to do, you need to keep it away.
Here we go. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. All right, looks like we're good on my end. I think I fixed it. I think my my cord was a little loose. Good morning, guys. Good morning. What's up, Soné? What's up, Kookie? Mind over matter. Rigo, Jordan. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Anyway, happy Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Like the stream. Say what's up in the chat. What's up, Simba? Karam, Nima. Let's get this losing streak continue, says Nima. Fuck. Don't say that. Don't say that. June 1st, boys and girls. All right, let's dive into some charts. We got market just absolutely jumping off the screen right now. So I want to start here. This is kind of what I'm thinking for the beginning part of this week. So what I would like to see, just based on how the previous weekly candle ended up closing, the previous couple of days to end last week, my preference of what I would like to see happen is to see price kind of trade up into this balanced price range here on the 4-hour and daily. tap into this BPR, hit OTE of the range, or bare minimum, at least hit premium of the range. And then I would actually like to see a breakdown in price to actually go below this low here into that BPR on the weekly. There's a daily imbalance below here as well. So a lot of imbalances that need to get traded into below, not previous weekly low, but previous weekly low from 2 weeks ago. And trade into this yellow shaded area, but also potentially this old new week opening gap that we left open from the beginning of the month, really, May 11th. So this is kind of my bias going into the week of what I would like to see. Open, high, low, close, see price, trade up, create the wick, and then break down towards this area here. This is what I'm thinking, at least. You guys can sound off in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking for today. But this is what I would like to see. So we are just pumping straight up here at the open. I mean, you guys can see this is the 5 minute now. Just straight up here. Right at the open. So there we go. We'll see what we get. We do have 10 a.m. news, by the way, as well. And it's NFP protocol this week. So the protocol for NFP week is trading Monday through Wednesday, being at least very cautious on Thursday, trading before NFP. Then obviously trading NFP after the news event. But we have PMI news here at 10 a.m. We have Powell speaking later today, due to deliver opening remarks at the Federal Reserve Board of Governors International Finance Division 75th anniversary conference in Washington, D.C. at 1 p.m. So if you are trading in the PM session, you'll have to be mindful of that. Market could obviously hang on whatever the hell he's going to end up saying there. But yeah, that is what I'm thinking, boys and girls, for this week. And so far we're pretty much going straight there right now. But not going to get bearish at all until we've gotten at least above this 50% level here on the NASDAQ. But ideally would like to see a dig into OTE, into this BPR here on the 4-hour time frame. So let's see if we can get something like that. Potentially could look for an opportunity to long up into these levels, depending on how this price kind of forms here. We got 515. Yeah, it's just straight up here at the open. So, I mean, obviously would like to see some level of pullback, see price hold here. Maybe, holy shit, this thing is just fucking jumping out the gym, boys and girls. Just jumping out the gym. Oh, brother. Oh, brother or sister. Oh, yes. Well, let's see how this forms. We got first presented fair value gap here on the 1 minute. Little volume imbalance here. Did I not save it? Oh, maybe I didn't save it. All right. First presented fair value gap here, boys and girls. I mean, we could maybe look to play this. DFEG. And then get price to trade higher from here. So let's see, 9:30 open. But looking at the poll in the chat, 51% of bullish. We've been nonstop bullish, basically. Nonstop bullish chat has been for like 2 weeks straight, every day. Way more bullish, way more bullish. But 50% bullish, 25% bearish, 25% neutral. All right. Well, we'll end it there, boys and girls. Now we know. Now we know, now we know. How's everybody's weekend? Good? Also, just a heads up on this, we don't have to worry about it today, or probably really even this week, but going into next week for sure, we will be rolling over to the September contract. So June obviously still has most volume still, but just a heads up on that, kind of ahead of time now that we're in the contract expiration month, just so nobody forgets or gets caught off guard by that. Let's change that. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, we were just pumping here. I mean, yeah, I guess another day where you could have just YOLO'd in some longs right at the opening bell. And you'd be sitting pretty at the moment. We are currently up 140 points on the NASDAQ just from the opening bell. Powell fired? What? I don't think that's accurate. How is one supposed to catch that big move up? You don't really. If you're waiting for the open, I mean that's what I do. But if you're waiting for the open, you probably don't catch that. I mean, but a YouTube live chat might be the last place you want to ask that question in, because you'll get anybody saying anything at that point. So, what do you mean, bro? We had a fucking perfect oop-de-oop pattern right at the market open, bro. Why did you not get it? You missed the oop-de-oop. Otherwise, yeah, I guess trading pre-market, London potentially, right? So got a little manipulation here in London. If you're going off of 15-minute structure, you know, you could maybe take this change in the state here using this as your breaker, bullish breaker here on the 15. Extend that across right at 8:30 open. So again, pre-market would be the only way you catch this move, is if you're already in a position at open, and then now the opening bell volatility comes in and it just takes you higher. But yeah, I mean, and listen, I'll say this. I was talking to a buddy yesterday about this, and you know, it's just been obviously the frustrating part. So like the beginning of May, I felt like it was pretty decent. Like we were doing pretty well, NFP week, CPI week, and then it was like after CPI week, really FOMC, like FOMC, when the FOMC Fed funds rate came out around that time of the month, that was when it was like all of a sudden trading New York AM session, at least for me, I just, you know, all these moves are happening overnight. They're happening in London or Asia or pre-market, and then opening bell just kind of takes price to where I think it's going to go, you know, kind of without me. And then it led to me just kind of eventually, after like a week of getting left behind steady, and if you guys have been following the stream all last month, you guys kind of know the timeline here, but then it's like you end up in the last week of the month and you're just kind of in a place where, you know, you're forcing trades, or you're forcing yourself to trade even after your objectives are met, which is just never good. Oh, dog just came in. But anyway, so yeah, might have to start paying some attention to pre-market a little bit more until things kind of get back to normal a little bit. But yeah, I've never been a pre-market guy. I've always been somebody that wants to see the opening bell manipulation take place and then engage with price. Yeah, in the past, like I would say especially like my first few years, because I was doing a lot of opening bell trading my first few years as a trader, and it got to a point where I'm like, man, I can't be trading or in positions at opening bell, because it's just fake outs, manipulation, and I was always on the wrong end of it most of the time. So I'm like, if I just wait for that to be over with and then engage after the fact. So that was a rule that I implemented a long time ago, and that's just been my routine ever since. But yeah. So anyway, 10 minutes into the open here. News in 20. Boys and girls. Quite the pump here at the open, though. Quite the pump. It's always a little bit more difficult, too, when you get a big pump like this to, like, try to join it at this point, because now it's like, did I already miss this move here? If we could get a nice retracement, maybe we could, but 15. A little bit more weakness here on the ES. NQ did tap into this first Sibby here. Not quite to a premium of the range though. So I think we got a little higher we could go here. Personally. Yeah, Carlos, definitely understandable. And that's the thing, like these moves that have been happening right at open. You know, you go back and you look, and you can find structure that makes sense if you were trading pre-market, especially on like the 5 and 15. I feel like it's been pretty clear. And I've been tempted to do a couple times at the end of the month last month. I've been tempted to. I just didn't do it because it feels like I'm breaking my rules. You know what I mean? And I'd be like kicking myself if I took an unnecessary loss because of that. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, you do have to adapt to whatever condition you're trading in at the moment, right? I don't want to be stubborn and say, if my rules aren't serving me, then my rules aren't serving me, right? So, you know, you could definitely adapt and, you know, even lower size on some, you know, if you take trades pre-market, if you're not used to doing that. I'm just like talking for myself right now, but you know, lower size, adapt, and then like when price kind of gets back to making the moves in, you know, the normal AM session like we're used to, kind of adapt back. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? It's been so long since I've traded any pre-market. It feels like I'm cheating on my wife. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. Retains bullish this week. Yeah, I'm bullish up until we get up into like the 550s. 550s to all the way to really the 700s. Up in this area, I'm bullish. And then want to see a sell. Might, either way, we could get this pullback here. This will probably align pretty well with the news here at 10 a.m. So it might just end up waiting on this anyway. All the way to the highs, but the all-time high can wait. Caught the pre-market open long since 6:30. Caught it 1 to 7 to a relative equal highs on NQ above the open week. Nice. What do I think about S&P 500 tapping into first presented fair value gap? What do I think about it? Is that right here? This 9:30, yeah. What do I think about it? I think we could see it hold here. I mean, just a little scary when price, you know, we pump what, 150 points? What did I say it was? Or was it more than that? 170 points on the NQ. And now it's like you're setting up kind of some 1 minute price action to support lower prices. I mean, to me, looking at NQ at least, this just looks relative to this leg up. This just looks like we're in a deep premium. So, you know, seeing ES kind of over here in its first presented fair value gap. Yes, could it hold and just push higher from here? I suppose it could, but in terms of like looking for an opportunity to take a trade, I'm looking at NQ here and I'm just like, we're in a, just this last leg up, we're still in a deep premium. So like, I wouldn't be, you know, gung-ho doing that. I'd be, if anything, feeling more confident with a short into this kind of the range, and then maybe looking for longs out of here would be kind of my thoughts with this. So but yeah, I just think we have a little bit higher we can reach for here on NASDAQ. We've totally flipped the new week opening gap now. We are not quite into premium of this range here, so I think there's higher that we could reach for. Oop. But this was a pretty aggressive move up here at the open. So strap your nuts to your chest, boys. Let's ride. Yeah. Yeah, don't disagree with you, Jacob. Don't disagree at all. I don't know why these alerts are going off, to be honest. What's up, Stunna? Yo, we did go golfing. I did go golfing on Saturday, and I shot a 97. Not bad. Not bad, right? I'm telling you, so many great drives and like approach shots where I'm on the green with a chance for like a birdie or par putt, and my putts are just missing by the thinnest of margins. Oh man. Something about that damn putting. Oh yeah, putting. It's all in the hips. So we'll get there. What's crazy, Stun, is the par threes I feel like I did the worst on. I don't know how that fucking happened. I'm sitting there telling the people I'm with to record in case I get a hole in one, and I'm like shitting the bed completely. I cracked under the pressure. My best score, I don't, for some reason I want to say I shot a 96 at one point last summer, at the end of the summer, but this weekend was probably one of my better rounds, if not, yeah, I mean, it's probably right about there. I mean, I've only been golfing this is my second year golfing, so we got a lot of work to do. No, Corky, there's never any discount codes for Top Step. They don't like to have any fun. One mulligan, Stunna, off the first tee box. But we went in raw, though. We didn't go to the range. We didn't practice. We didn't warm up. We basically just got there for our tee time and started whacking balls. And I'm like, I know this first one's going wide right. And it sure did. It sure did, went wide right. I'm pretty sure I killed a goose, but yeah, man. The guy, well, Tyler Jacobs in the chat here. This is the master of the foot wedge here. The master of the foot wedge. He'll tell you he shot a 91 this weekend, but I saw him kick it with his foot like 6 times. I can't shoot behind this tree. Let's give it a little nudge. Meanwhile, if I shanked my ball into the other fairway, I'd go in the other fairway and shoot that ball. You know what he did? He hit this old guy in the nuts somehow. We're on the one, I don't know what hole we're on. he shanks this ball so far right. All of a sudden, this golf cart, like 5 minutes later, with these 2 old guys come just roaring up to us. You just hit him in the nuts. And we thought they were joking. And then we come to find out he was actually being serious. And I couldn't tell if it was just because he got hit in the nuts, or if he just happened to be I mean, he did seem a little bit like he might have had a little bit of the tism, but I'm not knocking him for it. It is what it is. We all got it a little bit. But he did say that it was true and that he was kind of mad about it, but he got hit in the schnutz. So I don't think he had a good weekend personally, that guy. Do you think he counted? Yeah, he took the mulligan on that one, didn't you, Tyler? Yeah. He said he hit the guy in the nuts, so that counts as a mulligan. Yeah. Yeah, if we're keeping real literal shots. Anyway. Yeah, 97, final answer. I'm not changing it. You can't take it away from me. You know, it should be a rule though in golf. What should be a rule in golf is for every beer you have on the course should also be like one stroke off your final score. What's up, William? What's your thoughts about going on in France since Paris won Soccer Cup? It's funny because half of the city is on fire, but I haven't seen a French guy on any video. Oh, can you, William, maybe bring me up to speed? I don't know, actually. I heard some rumblings, or I feel like I saw some tweets, but I don't think I saw enough to like know what's going on, actually. All right, we are getting an SMT here at these lows. We have news in 6 minutes. Probably going to just wait for this PMI news at this point, personally. But the SMT here is below the opening bell lows. Kind of these pre-market lows as well. We're trading below here on ES. I mean, so we'll see if this holds up or not. We are in OTE of this range here. We did not really show any sign of support at the first presented fair value gap on the NASDAQ here. Trading into this 9:30 a.m. imbalance. This is a bigger imbalance though on the higher time frame right here. Yeah, it's one giant 5-minute one giant 5-minute gap. This 15 looks a little bit freaky. I mean, one drive higher and this candle straight back down, so interesting here. Oop. Might end up having to, just depending on, I don't know, might have to trade micros depending on how big of a move we get. This was a 170 points here, so. Let's visibility. Let's turn this off. There we go. Just have weekly open here again. Why is TradingView kind of slow? I don't know. I'm not having any problems with my TradingView yet. I haven't tried to open any positions though. Let me change this. All right, guys. News in 3 minutes. $170 points up, 150 points down. I caught 0 sitting on my hands. That's all right. I don't think there was any. For me, there was no reason to take anything unless I was in a pre-market long already. That would have been like the only way. But you know, me personally, I wasn't too interested in this short just because we still have yet to trade into premium of that range that I was looking for price to trade into. So you know, that's the thing about being patient and disciplined. Sometimes you just miss all these points back and forth. Nasty took the short to first fair value gap. Nice. What do you know? The same thing I have been preaching for weeks happens again. What's up, Money Glitch? Good to see you, man. Oh, that's getting annoying. I need to turn that off somehow. All right, guys. News in 1 minute. Yeah, I agree, Carlos. A little sus. Yeah, I think it was because I just didn't have my Discord open. Now that I have it open and minimized in the background, I think it'll be all right. I'm still learning all these little tidbits, tips, and tricks over here in the PC world. Don't worry, I'll be sufficient here soon enough. So if price sweeps previous day high, it will most likely reverse. I've been having trouble catching reversals lately. I got stopped out instead of. I mean, not always, Navoa. It's not always. It's not as easy as saying definitively once we take out previous day high, it's going to reverse. That's not how it works. I mean, there's a lot of other context that is involved. Sometimes yes. All right. Well, that didn't work. All right, you son of a gun. Enable desktop notifications. Nope. All right. We should be good now. Proficient. Oh, what did I say? Sufficient. I said sufficient, didn't I? Yeah, proficient. That's what I meant. Thanks, Michael. Sufficient. All right, guys. News came out. We're dropping here. Totally reversed this whole move from the open now. Crazy. Here's your 15-minute structures here. SMT's obviously had this high. You guys already mentioned that in the chat, but strong sell. Very strong sell. Just wiped out these pre-market lows. This current 4-hour stick has no upper wick at the moment. Are you joking? All right, now I think we're good. So yeah, I would like to see, I mean, potentially we play the shorts here now, but I do kind of want to stick with this long bias here a little bit longer. You know, shallow drive below these lows, not a whole lot of follow through here, so I wouldn't mind just staying with the long bias here and maybe trying to trade back to this previous high towards equilibrium of the range. NQ is the stronger one, so definitely want to be longing on NQ rather than ES. This is the 4-hour open, no wick here, so I want to see how we respond after taking out this 4-hour 10 a.m. opening candle price. But honestly, if we hold this area here and then sell, we'll probably look to engage on this next leg lower. You can make a little bit of an argument for both sides right now. What's up, Sam Sore? If you were stupid, you would have caught that 1 minute 2022 model and made money. Yeah, up here. It was a lot cleaner on ES for the short for a 2022 model, but yeah. I mean, if that's your model and you're a model trader and you just trade any model once it presents itself, I mean, there you go. It's not like that strategy or that style never works. If it didn't work ever, then nobody would ever use it, but oh, thanks, Andre. Been saying almost every day the first fair value gap that price trades into 9:45 or a few minutes after is the best fair value gap to take a trade from. Nice. But yeah, we got London lows, not too far off here. Lines up with previous PM session lows as well. Had a little bit of divergence there with ES earlier. I'm with you, Stunna. What's up, Junaid? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll stay warned. No, I haven't taken anything yet. Liking the idea of looking for longs here, just because we've gotten this raid here now, and I just think we have higher to go here on this higher time frame, like this 4-hour. I wanted to see price dig into this area here. You know, I mean, just looking at 4-hour structure, it makes sense. We've taken out this low here. We're trading up from a 4-hour BPR here. Now, granted, my overall draw for the week is actually down here. So that, you know, we could end up leaving this open and just sell. I'm not saying that can't happen, but overall, to me, it would make more sense for price to go target this first and then sell from here. Yeah, this is micros. Fuck. Oh. It tapped me in here. I'm in, guys, on this long off of this change in the state here. I can't believe I got filled on that. Oh, here we go. Would like to see this flip and hold bullish. See what we get. Stop below this short-term low. If I'm wrong, we just took out the 10 a.m. candle opening price. So if I'm wrong, this will fail. We'll flip and we'll be short bias. But we'll see what we get. Nice, Muhammad. You guys are saying the 4-hour gap that we tapped was in a premium. I don't see why you guys are saying that, to be honest. This is the 4-hour gap here, not in a premium. I mean, part of the gap is in a premium, but we never hit premium for my markup. But we did have a nice reaction from the gap. You're not wrong with that. That's right, though. I like this trade. Just sticking with the overall plan here. Didn't want to flip bearish and then get caught offside. Just really kind of sticking with just the idea of premium and discount today. So I like the trade. Waited for the news. 10 a.m. news came out. We manipulate right at the 10 a.m. candle below these short-term lows. with higher that we could trade into, right, to be back in premium of the range. So to me, it makes sense. And then utilizing really the 10 a.m. candle essentially as your order block. Technically, my stop probably should be at this 10 a.m. low, if I'm being honest. But I'm seeing if I can get away without it needing to be there. No. The day I start, Muhammad, the day I start trying to trade London again, I'm just going to, one, I'm going to have no sleep. And then two, it's just all of a sudden New York AM session is going to be amazing again. So but, you know, I wouldn't say that today has been like bad necessarily either, right? I would just say, you know, aggressive move right at the open, straight up, straight down. You know, to me, logically though, if we get good delivery and again, just delivery from premium and discount arrays, to me, this logically makes sense. All right, so we'll see. But yeah, I can't say like who knows. We still got to write the book for June yet. We'll see how June is. W exhaustion L GF. I will say this though, this would be obviously shitty if we get, yeah, obviously all this movement here, open, sell back down, and then we just stall like endlessly for an hour. That is gonna suck a lot of you know what. Don't want to see that. It is Pride Month though, so how fitting would that be? What's up, Partial? I'm good. How are you? I mean, we're just chopping here. I'm liking seeing these bodies respect this gap. Obviously, we had this dig into here. We reclaim it, and now we're getting closures above 50%. So, I mean, it's looking fine. Five-minute gap here in premium could remove risk as early as this high. Did they actually PEJW? You're lying. That's crazy. If that's true, that's so crazy. JK, oh my god. Bro. you almost got me excited. That would have been too funny. Yeah, I was about to full port all my XFAs. Literally, yeah, Mataz, exactly. Wild. I kind of hope they do it now. There we go. I'm debating if I fully jam my stop up at break even or if I just trim a little bit of risk off. I mean, the reality is it kind of depends on how we react. ES just took out this high here, of course. Of course, ES picks up speed to the upside out of nowhere. I don't know, risk is on now, but ES just ran this high out. That was my break even on NQ. I'm going to leave it for now. Let's see, though, if that's all that she had in the tank. I don't like that reaction. Odd Nane, this is like, I don't know, those comments are just like the silly ones in my mind. Like, he says, in case you missed it, we reversed exactly from last week Tuesday's first presented fair value gap. Like, come on. That's like me saying, guys, in case you missed it, we actually just reversed from the New Day opening gap from Christmas Eve. In case you missed it, we just got that reversal there from the New Day opening gap from Christmas Eve. So if you didn't have that marked on your chart, I'm not sure what you're doing. You need to study more. I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on you, Adnan. That's just how I am. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. What am I supposed to do? Just have endless markups on my chart and never delete any of them? Maybe that makes me lazy, but I'm just being honest. I don't think that would work well for me over time. But if it works for you, I'm happy it works for you. Disclaimer. I'm not trying to be a hater. No, actually, it's the first week's first Monday for value. Yep, because Monday was a holiday. I see called a Reaper first weekly for first monthly. All right. Listen, hey, as long as you have logic in it and you like it, then I have no fucking issue with it. I'm just saying, for me, I don't think that's something I would want to do, but I like that it works for you. I love that it works for you. Wow. Big jump there. All right, guys. I'm going to go break even now. ES is likely about to beat NQ to the high here, obviously. So that'll probably be either fully out or at least a hefty partial. Copy traded here on 3 Tradeify accounts. You guys know the drill. First win on stream? Well, no, not if we don't hit TP here. But yes, this will be my first ever win on stream. Ever. Yeah, realistically, if we're going to stay bullish, this now should hold as a bullish breaker, so... Up a little, up over a little 1R right now, or right about 1R. SMT failed nicely here. Average win rate and risk reward. As of today, currently either going to be a win or a break even, and right now my risk reward is 2.96. Outside of today, win rate is 0%. Risk reward, dog shit. I'm the last guy you want to copy trade. Trust me. I'm being facetious, bony face. I made a joke last week that because I was on a little bit of a losing streak for a few days, that I hadn't won a stream. I haven't won a trade on stream ever. So a little bit of an inside joke. Let's go ahead and shave a couple off at 2R. Is Powell resigning? Why is everybody saying that? Am I missing something? Is he? Is Powell resigning? That would be pretty wild. I have not seen these headlines though, but that's like the third comment I've seen in the chat about it. I've just been seeing a lot of videos about did you guys see that Trump reposted that, what was it, that Biden was like killed in 2020 and he's been like, we've just been watching a clone basically this whole time? That's what I've been seeing. Like, that's been my timeline a lot over the weekend. Fuck that. But anyway, yeah, I'm assuming you guys are... I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if Pride Month's goated. This goes against everything I believe in. But it might make for some good clickbait. Wrong way around? What do you mean? What, is the red supposed to be on the bottom? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in my pride flags. Bro's an expert. Yeah, we'll see. I'll put it on the bottom so it runs away. All right. I like that idea. Yeah, but like, hang on. Wait. No, doesn't it make sense though? We want this high to get penetrated, right? So don't we want to do this? You know what I mean? That makes sense, right? No, I'm not going to close it yet. I got a partial set here at 2R. We're up, I don't know, like 1.5R-ish. I'm break even. We got this breaker we could pull back into. I'm just going to let it play here. Either it works out or it doesn't, but I can't lose anything at this point. I mean, if you're trading Apex accounts and you're dealing with intraday trailing drawdown, you know, maybe you take a partial off here. Maybe you start trailing stop, but I am not trading Apex accounts at the moment, so I'm just going to let this play and give it room to breathe here. Gonna do the opposite of George Floyd here and give it some room to breathe. So I mean, fentanyl killed him anyway, but you guys get the point. I'm just happy George Floyd's been sober for 5 years now. Pretty impressive. For anybody that's new to the stream, I have a dark sense of humor if you haven't figured that out yet, but you'll get used to it. I don't mean anything malicious by it. Well, sometimes. Listen, when I during all those protests, I was driving I had like a retired squad car. I was driving a Dodge Charger RT, and yeah, so it was an old cop car, and during those protests, there was actually like a little protest march thing outside of where I was living at that time, and I come outside, friggin' taillight busted out. I'm like, fuck you guys. What the fuck did I do? You know? Are you gay? No. Not gay. No. I just want this high to get penetrated, so I'm putting the pride flag up here. Are you MAGA? I guess so. Technically. I just want him to stop giving money to Israel, but... Bro, why you gay? You are gay. Who said I'm gay? You are gay. I actually have that video saved somewhere. Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You are gay. Where the fuck is it? Here it is.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
You guys hear that? Mista. Maybe. I'll be gay for this trade. Yeah, I'm not gay, but 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Ooh. Now we're jumping. All right, guys, got a partial off there at 1 to 2. Whoa. ES is about to raid this high and create a bearish SMT. Probably going to be closing some more contracts here once ES takes out the high here. That was a crazy jump right there. Manipulation or nah? I'm gonna take one more off. All right, so I got 2 left running. If yeah, if we get a strong closure below here and create a bearish order block, I'll probably close the rest off. Otherwise, I want this to stay bullish. Equal highs up here. It really should go here, but Bjorn Sal says, keep holding your winners, bro. F the retracements. But if I get retraced out of break even, then all I'll see in the chat is, bro got greedy. You guys are funny. Tradeify accounts in profit now. Yeah, these ones are. By the way, I blew the 3 that I had. You can see these are accounts now 5, 7, and 5, 6, 7. The ones that I was working on in May, blew them. I had like 1,000 margin left, so I kind of full ported it at the end of the week last week. And then I bought 3 more over the weekend. Full transparency. The straight to funded ones, yes, Benny. That's right. That's right. These are also straight to funded accounts, correct? Straight to funded is a better deal, ain't it? I mean, I like the straight to funded. I mean, but I'm also like, I don't know, I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Wow. Ooh. I'm kind of wanting to wait like 1 more minute candle to see if this forms a bullish order block and just retraces this whole move. We'll trail the stop below this last low. But yeah, if this holds as a bearish order block and we go lower, probably better just get out of the trade. We could trade into this bullish breaker and still hold for higher. We'll see. You could always look to rejoin the move too if we do that. Well, the flag kind of worked. Maybe it's too much though at this point. Yes, Piyush. We'll be doing those sooner rather than later. I honestly just needed to get through May though. At this point, May like the beginning of May was fine. End of May, not fine. I basically deleted all my progress that I had on those Tradeify accounts, and then I just fucking got pissed. I just got pissed off one day and went on tilt. Hit max daily loss, and then I had like 1,000, I don't know, whatever it was, like 1,000 margin left on the accounts, and then I just fucking threw caution to the wind, and I mean, you guys know how it is when you go on tilt. You don't need me to explain it. No, I mean, we're still fine. We're still holding this position. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, nice manipulation there. Now that we took out these lows, though, if we're gonna remain bullish, like we got to do it now. I just don't want to see it much lower. If we do go lower, we'll see how we'll monitor this breaker. But yeah, it would be a shame to have caught this move from here to here and then like not taking anything off the table. So I'm glad I set a limit. Glad I took another one off as well once it kind of was rejecting. So again, just trying to get as much juice out of the squeeze as we can. Kind of crazy though. ES didn't even take out this high. So we got these equal highs resting up there now. Likely going to get trailed out here in profit at this low. Yep, so trailed out there. Oh, I'm still... Why did it not do that? Hang on, boys. Flatten all, flatten all, flatten all. Okay. All right, yeah. So up about $700 per account at the moment. Oh. We'll leave it on for screenshot sake. But not too bad. I mean, can't be mad about green. See if there's any juice left in this. In this, though. Bullish breaker. See the 15. Here's our 15-minute chart. 5. Four-hour flipped bullish, obviously, but yeah. Let's see here. That'd be some shit if it didn't even like dig into this. Maybe if you guys include the wick, we get that wick test. If I do rejoin this move, it'll be with lower risk, obviously, because I'm really just trying to get back in with the contracts that I was holding to kind of try to get the remainder of the move. And I can limit the downside that way as well, but... Oh, shit. Wanted to ask, as an IST trader, there was an OB 1005. Could be a good trade, but I didn't take. You also didn't. Is because of trust issues. What? 1005? Here? Oh, yeah. I just wanted to see... I wanted to see us essentially just hold bullish order flow first. So that's why I entered off of the next fair value gap here above this high. We got this change in the state after this low was taken. So, I mean, yeah, you could have taken this. You could have taken the long here for sure, but I just wanted to... I don't know, let price show me it was willing to go higher. Because overall, my weekly bias is actually lower. I just wanted to see the manipulation at the beginning of the week first up into this area. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to get it. I also, like last week, I wanted to see, was it last week? I think it was last week. I wanted to see lower to go higher. I wanted to see previous weekly low before previous weekly high. And we did the exact opposite. We went to previous weekly high first. And then end of the week, we sell off. So, yeah, just because I want to see it manipulate higher first doesn't mean it has to, right? Like I could leave this open and just sell to these objectives here and then leave this for later on the buy side of the curve, right? So, that's kind of the thought process there with like, wanting to see a little bit more confirmation before engaging. But market about the chop. We might, yeah, if we do get a little choppy, that's fine. I mean, obviously we caught a little chunk of this move here, or I should say. Some of you guys might still be holding. But if worst case scenario, if this is all I get for the day, that's, I mean, it's better than an L, so. But I kind of, we got macro starting here in a couple of minutes. Kind of want to see how this behaves. I mean, I feel like this macro is going to drive price through these highs, honestly. So yeah, I might slap like a couple micros on if we get this inversion and see if I can get this follow through this high. I think I'd be willing to risk that. A little bit of profit to see if we can get some more. You kind of knew once that spike through my first TP was hit, like just the way that it was behaving, you kind of knew that this was likely a manipulation and a pullback was coming. So let's see what macro brings in like a minute. Thanks, Trader Kairos. Trader Kairos, are you in Cairo, Egypt? I know it's not spelled with a K, but when in Rome. In Russia? Oh. Is Ukraine bombing Russia right now? I saw some stuff about like drone strikes in Russia. Was that accurate? Yeah, I think I saw that same video, Jacob. Crazy. Absolutely fucking wild. Yeah, I can still get like a 1 to 2 almost out of this as well. Like I said, not going to go in with a whole lot of size though if we get this inversion. And then I'll be looking to protect the trade. It's basically the moment ES runs out its high, I'll be going break even. So we'll see what, you know, if see if NQ can get to the high, that'd be nice. Otherwise, it could end up being a break even. Anyway. If we get the inversion, I should say, first off. Macro is beginning here, so. See if it wants to dig any deeper into this breaker. What's up, Josh Preet? When's Trump gonna end the war? I put bet for first month. Are you serious? Where can you bet on stuff like that? That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But from the sounds of it, it sounds like Zelensky's the problem, honestly. But what do I know? Trump also likes giving money to Israel as well, so I mean, I can't say everything he does makes sense in my mind. Speaking of, this one dude, I think I really offended a guy just by talking about, you know, Israel and whatnot, but this guy kept commenting on all my videos over the weekend saying something about the Mossad was going to like come after me or something. Like, what's this guy's fucking deal? It's just crazy. You can't even like mention something about Israel and just like they just go. To me, that's just telling. Like, you can't even question it. You can't question it? Don't worry. He had a picture of Dak Prescott as his profile pic, so I wasn't too worried. Maybe that's what he wants me to think, though. People are so sensitive. I mean, that's the crazy part. Like, you got women and children literally getting blown to pieces. But yet... yet you can't question why we are funding Israel. And you're the bad guy for doing so. Crazy. I don't think so, Jake. No, what happened in Colorado? Was that recently? I mean, I heard about the couple in DC, but I also heard some stuff after the fact. Like that was well, again, not to get too tinfoil hatty, I guess, but I heard that was like a false flag. Listen, I'm anti-terrorist as much as the next guy. Let me just point that out. A terrorist attack burning people alive? Really? Yeah, I did not see that. I did not see that. That's crazy, though. JJ Rid, previous daily high was taken, though, so how did you feel confident? Yeah, we talked about it, JJ. The reason for me was just, again, my plan going into the day was kind of going off 4-hour and daily structure and, you know, just wanting to see, like, for example, like this 4-hour, right? Like this 4-hour digs into this PD array. We're seeing respect. We get strong, you know, reaction off of this. We gotta, like, I operate mostly from premium and discount, right? So, like, when we're in a premium relative to the higher time frame structure, I'm more bearish. When we're in a discount relative to the higher time frame structure, I'm more bullish, right? So like that was my logic, is I'm wanting to see price dig into this. Doesn't mean it has to, right? I could have been wrong and price just could have stayed heavy and left this for later, and that's fine. But I just think in terms of probabilities, right? Like premium and discount, I want to be more bullish when we're in a discount of a higher time frame leg, and I want to be more bearish when we're in a premium. You know, more often than not, right? So, and then just kind of the way market was behaving. We got a huge pump at open. We sell off. We retrace the whole move at 10 a.m. news. We get this order block straight down to take out these lows. No follow through at all. You know, so that is indicative that we're probably heading back into at least premium of this range, but ultimately would like to see, because that hard time frame narrative, see us trade above these highs, right? So that's really all the logic behind it. Yes, I use Tradeify myself. I still have my 5 XFAs. Yes, I took the trade today on these 3 Tradeify accounts. Seeing if I can maybe play a little bit more of this move here. I'm content. I mean, I guess I'm content-ish if I don't get it, but kind of just means that I trailed maybe a little too close. You know, typical, but does it have any USP? What do you mean by USP over Top Step? I mean, there's plenty of reasons you would use Tradeify over Top Step, I suppose. I mean, you can have the same number of accounts. You have straight to funded here. You don't have that with Top Step. Even for the eval phase, it's 1 day pass with Tradeify. It's not 1 day pass with Top Step, right? So the only advantage Top Step would have on Tradeify. Tradeify also, I have yet to get a payout from Tradeify yet, obviously. So I'll I guess I'll be able to report on that here shortly. Let me go ahead and put a at $200. Should do 2 or 3. Yeah, let's do 3. All right, guys. I am in this inversion. Stop at this low. Want to see if we can get the continuation through these highs. If ES takes the high out for it, which it will, I'll go break even right away and then just see if NQ can kind of lag its way up to those highs as well. But yeah, risking very little of my profit here, like $200, to see if we can get the rest of this move to play out. Bro, why you throw this stop loss? I know. That's the issue with trailing stops. It's you know, that can happen. Nothing's perfect. That's the issue with trailing stops. What's funny is if that pulled all the way, like if let's say I didn't trail my stop and then it pulled all the way back to my break even, like I hear the exact opposite. Bro, why you didn't trail stop? It's just like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Unique selling point. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's straight to funded, fast payouts, 1 day pass evals. The only thing, like platform wise, there's some limitations. Obviously, it's just Tradeify for right now, so you can trade on Tradeify, TradingView, NinjaTrader, Project X. I did get an email over the weekend that sounds like Project X is on the way, boys and girls. For anybody that likes Project X, but I'll be honest, it's not my platform of choice. I don't mind it, but it's not my platform of choice. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, maybe the only other reason you'd use Top Step over Tradeify would just be because you simply kind of feel brand loyal, maybe, because they've been around a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and just remove the risk now. See if we can get this follow through these highs. ES about to run the high out. We just took out this high with ES, so a little SMT here. Like to see that fail, obviously. New hourly candle. What's up, Christian? You green? Yep, I am green. This is my second attempt trying to get back in this move. So, see if we can squeeze a little bit more juice out. But yeah, currently up $700 across these, $700 each across these 3 accounts. With this trade hovering in profit at break even. So. Project X for Tradeify, yeah. That's what the email said that I got this weekend. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, though, so don't fucking get me in trouble. Excuse my language, sorry. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. But yeah, so yeah, someone was asked about the unique selling point. So to me, yeah, I mean, again, I think the only reason that you would maybe justify Top Step over Tradeify would just be if you liked Project X, or if you were like, oh, Top Step's just been around longer, so I'm gonna go with them, which is fair. Yeah, it's fine. But Top Step or Tradeify has never denied a payout. From all reports I've seen and heard, they pay out way faster, and you can have straight to funded 1 day pass evals. Maybe the other thing would be the consistency rule is either 35 or 20% versus Top Step is 50%. But again, I don't think the consistency rule fucking matters if you're trading consistently and doing things how you should be. Okay. All right, boys. Stop that break even there. All right. I was just making sure my freaking break even stop got filled there. Might still hold this. But that was aggressive. Still got these equal highs here on ES. Oh gosh. It's just holding up here. But I still feel like it's gonna deliver this. Truthfully. Oh god, oh god. Shit was lagging there. Let's see though. Went break even here once we created this SMT at this high, so I am no longer in this trade. But we'll watch and see if it plays out anyway. Let me know if you guys are still holding the longs at all. So break even on that. I got slipped a little bit, so I probably lost like, what, $10 technically. So yeah, I'm up 700 per account, 692 on a couple. Well, we tried. Yeah, lower time from SMT. We've had bearish SMT form a couple times. It's been ran out. Wanted to see this get ran out. Just didn't want to. Again, because I've already caught like most of the move here, I just don't want to be in a situation where I end up taking, you know, too much unnecessary heat or even L's, and then giving back profit. I just kind of wanted to get in. If we got this inversion, that was my plan. If we got the inversion, I was going to play the long here and see if we could get the continuation. At least wanted to see ES through these highs. Could still get it, but I don't know. To me, it just made more sense to play more defense on this second position. Personally. One can pass evals in 1 day for Tradeify? Yes, Jose. Yep. Yeah, and then no activation fees on the growth accounts. So if you do the eval route, you can go the cheaper route, which has the intraday trailing drawdown like Apex, and then you have an activation fee. Versus with the growth accounts, you don't. No activation fee, 1 day pass evals, or you could just say I don't want to mess with evals at all and just go straight to funded. So yeah, you got more options, more offerings. It really just kind of depends on what you're looking to do and where you're at as a trader. But I don't know. I posted, I don't know if you guys saw the COO Gandalf trader. I reposted it on Twitter. But I'll just read it here. Actually, can I do this? I reposted it, but I just thought this was cool. By 5 straight, so the math is for 5 150K straight to fundeds, by the way. By 5 straight to funded accounts with Tradeify, get 4 payouts by making 6%, 3%, 2%, 2%, and earn 62.5K in payouts before the split. Oops. Then you get moved to live with 17.5K day one reward, right? So you'll have two 10K live accounts, and the excess is this right here. So you're gonna get paid out this, right? You'll take this out, and then two 10K live accounts will be created. Daily uncapped payouts, no consistency, and then yeah, no evaluation obviously for the straight to funded. So I just think the math is sexy with this. I like it a lot. Kane says sounds great for the 5% of traders that can do it. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is not something that, but the thing is, the people that can't do this or won't have a chance at doing anything close to this are going to be the ones that they're not going to get a payout regardless of what fucking firm they're on, right? But like, this is the way the math stacks up. That is, I mean, it's true. I mean, any best case scenario, and that is the reality. I don't want to make this sound better than it is. Yeah, it sounds great, but you still got to do it, right? Easier said than done. If everybody could pull this off, like, you know, Tradeify would probably make less money at the end of the day. But for the traders that can, but you could say the same thing about Apex, Top Step. I mean, it doesn't matter what firm you're talking about. Like, trading is still trading. You still got to perform well to pull it off, right? So that's always kind of the given, though. That is the given. No, I think he's just ballparking, obviously, yeah. Maybe using a little bit of hyperbole there, I would guess. Trailing drawdown per trade on S2F. There is not trailing drawdown from an intraday perspective. There is end of day trailing drawdown. You have 6,000, like on a 150K, for example, you have a 6K drawdown, and it's end of day. So just like Top Step, right? So kind of the math there is you get to the 9K profit target, which is the same that you would have to hit on any 150K evaluation for all firms, I believe. And now you can take a 3K payout, and you still, that would put your balance at 6,000, but you'd still have the same drawdown that you had, you know, for the entire lifetime of the account up to that point. So you don't, that's kind of the, like with your payout strategy with like Top Step, for example, you know, you always want to, for me at least, want to be above the buffer for those, and then pull out the profits from the buffer. So that way you can reset, you can take those profits out, but your drawdown stays the same. Like you never go below, for like a 50K account, you never go below the $2,000 drawdown, which is what you had to begin with. That's my strategy because it's already such little margin to work with. So I just like having, you know, that cushion, or as much cushion as you can get. So you can trade with enough size to make it worthwhile, but you can trade also in a way to where if you do take some L's, you can weather the storm and you're not going to blow up just because you lost like 2 or 3 trades in a row. So your payout strategy can change a little bit, Tradeify versus Top Step, if that makes sense. I guess was the moral of the story. How much for the activation fee for Tradeify? No activation fee for the growth accounts. The activation fee, I think, depends on the account size you get. Depends on the account size that you get for the advanced. Hang on. There we go. Oh, shit. Yeah, so advanced accounts, these are the Apex intraday trailing drawdown accounts. 125. Oh, so 125 across the board, and then no activation fees for the growth evaluation accounts. And these are normal end of day trailing drawdown, and then obviously straight to funded. But anyway, yeah, who's still holding these? Who's still holding the longs here? Anybody? I got trailed out, but caught most of this move. If you guys are just joining, most of the move, did some partialing at 1 to 2, and then getting this reaction, took another one off, and then got trailed out in profit here. tried replaying the move here. Went break even once we got this SMT against the trade. Still think it should deliver, like I said, but I don't. I mean, I think I'm gonna just leave it play if it does. I would say in hindsight, though, you know, it's easy for me to sit here and say I wish I would have maybe not trailed my stop so tight, because then I would have just been holding. But you know, hindsight's 20/20. The reality is I would have been more upset getting the rest trailed out at break even, I think, you know. So I'm not terribly upset. But yeah, otherwise, if you guys are just holding on to this, just kind of waiting it out, letting it play. Still holding these areas. Just building up. It's just building up buy side. I feel like it's just going to rip. Just going to rip here. Melt some faces. 4 hour here. Premium of the range is 465. But either way, man. Let's do a P&L check. Back on the green side, so. It's good to be back, boys. Yeah, let me know how everybody's done so far. Just kind of waiting to see if we get this move to finally play out. It's 11:15. So it is getting a little late in the AM session now. A win is a win. Yep. No, I agree. I think they should run this buy side out, but just because I think that doesn't mean they will. We also, like, just going off this range, we're kind of accumulating here. So this is also in my head, like, we could easily see another drive for lower. And I'm getting a lot of shit on my chart here. Apologies, but like, we got equal lows here. We could see another drive lower here. Manipulate, dig into this breaker, which we didn't really dig into it too well. We basically just kissed the wick of the high end of this breaker ever so slightly. So you could see a world where we just dig again into here, and then maybe we get that expansion out of here. But yeah, we're kind of just accumulating here. Liquidity on both sides of this range. But again, I am more bearish overall, like, after we get the move higher. So, you know, we could just leave this trade higher, rebalance, then going into tomorrow, Wednesday, etc., see more sell side offered. But a lot of if this then that statements for me right now. Congrats, Michael. 1.4K. I don't think I'll be streaming later, Darwin. Possibly. Maybe though. I mean, I'll see where price is at. But so far for the morning, this was like my only objective. My only objective is this. Move towards this area. So I guess if that is still a possibility, that could be, you could keep the same bias. But really, once we get up there, even really above these AM highs, to me, it's like, now it's just wait and see. Wait for structure. But we still got to do the giveaway, boys. We still got to do the giveaway. Don't think I forgot. I didn't forget about the giveaway. How many likes we got? 65 likes? Wow. I was going to do a giveaway if we had at least 69. See, it's why we got to get those likes up, boys and girls. We're just gonna we're just gonna throw the giveaway when at a random moment. I don't want anybody to be aware of when the giveaways are gonna happen. I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Jose. I'll let you know. Also, real quick, can somebody... I want to test this out. Appreciate you guys for always being patient and willing to... Let me figure this shit out here. Let's see. Let me see if this works. What's up, Nika? You got your doctor's appointment. I don't know if that works. Oh, there we go. It does work. I think. Yeah, that works. All right, people are always asking about the Discord, so if you type the command, the Discord command into the chat from now on, it will pop the link in there just for a heads up. But that's cool. I just wanted to make sure that worked. Hell yeah. What's up, Tapan? Well, we're just waiting here. I'm waiting to see these levels taken out if they're going to happen. I mean, I would say, I don't know, we'll watch it for a couple more minutes, but otherwise, yeah, decent day today. Up $700 per account here on the Tradeify accounts. Like I said, caught most of this move higher at least, so not too mad about it. Good to get back on the green side of here to start off the month of June and start off the week. Looking at the P&L check in the chat. We got, yeah, most of the chat's green, so seems like everybody, for the most part, was on the right side today. 55% green. Love to see it. Over half the chat. Right on. Right on, boys and girls. It's a good day. It's a good day. Who would have thought Pride Month would be so giving? You know? Not me. Good day at the casino. Any rules for the giveaway? Yeah, I'll figure out what we're gonna do. I'll let you guys know. Don't worry. Don't worry. Maybe we'll do. Let's do one giveaway. Let's do one. No, wait. No. No. I'm gonna keep you guys on your toes a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Tanya was short. Haven't seen her take a winning trade in quite a while. Yeah, people were saying that about me last week, though, so. That's just how it goes. Chop Toe Powell, very, very possible A. Maybe play WAP, the biggest dick in the spirit of prime. Wait, what? Maybe play WAP as the biggest... What? Not sure I understand. Why did you long today? All right, guys. One last run through of the long, and then we're gonna probably call it. So, reason for being long biased is I'm actually bearish. I'm bearish probably going into the later part of this week. I do want to see price trade up into this. This is a 4-hour BPR. So I would like to see price trade up into here, OTE of this range. Dig up into here and then sell. I love this area down here. This is a previous new week opening gap that hasn't been traded into at all. I love this. This yellow shaded area down here is a weekly. So if I go to the weekly chart, this was the draw that I wanted to see last week at the beginning. At the beginning of the week, I wanted to see the weekly candle dig down into here and then go higher. It did the opposite. We went to previous weekly high first. And then end of the week, we sell off, create the wick, right? Failing to close above here. I like trading up into this wick, selling off, digging into this area. So that's what this yellow shaded area is on these lower time frame charts I'm showing you. So that was my bias, right? You can see relative to this range, this swing high to this swing low, we are in a relative discount. So I want to be more bullish. And then just looking at, you know, how price formed today, we open up at opening bell, we trade higher. We don't really trade into anything, in my opinion, significant that would make me flip my bias totally bearish. But you could have caught a short from here and just played the opening range high to low, right? You could have done that. And then once these pre-market lows were swept, no follow through for lower. So I have no reason to think that we're going to be bearish. And no reason to oppose my original bias, which was for higher. And then we get basically this inversion here. I did not take this long off this bullish fair value gap, but you could have. Obviously, it would have worked out. And then we created the second fair value gap, got this change in the state. This was the 10 a.m. candle, the news, that took out the lows. So once we got the closure above there, I entered long. Closed above there, I got my entry on this next candle. Stop at this low. Went break even once we took out this high here in a premium of this range. And then partial out 1 to 2. Trailed out in profit here. Reattempted here with the inversion, but now we're just sideways. I still think it will make a move for these highs, but it's taken kind of a while now. So that's that, guys. That's the that was the reasonings for the long, but we'll see how the rest of the day plays out here and what the afternoon maybe has in store. But yeah, I try to at least be transparent about my funded. Like I told you guys, I blew those 3 Tradeify accounts that I had. These are new ones. Like, I don't know. I got nothing to hide. Like, what are you guys going to do? Not buy my mentorship that I don't have because I blew a funded account? Oh no. No, buy my mentorship. Buy my course. It costs $0.00. I probably won't be streaming PM today, Billy. Yeah, we got Powell speaking this afternoon, so I'll probably just let him cook. Let him cook, you know. But hey, guys, appreciate you showing up. Give the stream a like. I want you to thumb me before you go. Hit the thumbs up button. Do appreciate it, and I will be back live tomorrow. Tuesday, we got Joel's job openings, more 10 a.m. red folder news. If you guys caught any of these longs today, congratulations. Not too bad. Got a little bit of that meat off the bone. So I want you to thumb me, Jacob. You heard that. You heard that right. You heard that right. But hey, guys, appreciate it. Like the stream before you hit the dusty trail. I will see you, boys and girls, tomorrow. Enjoy your Monday, and we'll talk to you later on.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracement to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's he's a millionaire. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.